Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and today we're going to take a look at a Nighthaunt army that makes use of the Regiment of Renown Vyrkos shamblers. In this video we're going to go through, talk a little bit about the Regiment of Renown that is Vyrkos shamblers before looking at some Nighthaunt units we can use to build an army around. Now, after this, we will then combine both these and show you a little sample army list for you to hopefully use as some inspiration for starting your own army of the Nighthaunt that makes use of the Regiment of Renown Vyrkos shamblers. And so, to begin with, first of all, we have the Vyrkos Shamblers box set. This contains a corpse cart and 20 dead walker zombies. Now, first of all, the corpse cart in this must be built with a Balefire Brazier to be counting as Vyrkos Shamblers. The Balefire Brazier will give you an ability to put your opponent's casting rolls near it at -1, as well as making your opponent -1 to wound as well nearby it, which is pretty cool. Now, on top of that, the corpse cart itself will gain the hero keyword, and then we'll also get the cool rule of the zombies while within 12 inch of the corpse cart will have a ward save of 6+, and then Vyrkos, the corpse cart itself, will have a ward save of 5+ while it's within 12 inch of the zombies. Now, there also is another additional cool rule besides the ward saves that it brings, and that is negating your opponent's ward saves, or rather, putting negs onto them, putting a debuff on them. So this ability makes it -1 to your opponent's ward saves while they're within 12 inch of the corpse cart that is Vyrkos himself. This is just a really cool, powerful ability for the warband here. What it's going to be able to do, especially against other death armies, is really good. Like, this is the thing you would take in an army if you're playing against lots of other death factions. Now, we're also going to have the ability to turn things like Nurgle's 5-up Disgustingly Resilient Ward to a 6-up, which is just great. Like, this can be a really super powerful effect, a great support piece for a force. And so, next up, we have the Nighthaunt, and I think a great box to combine with Vyrkos Shambler is the Nighthaunt Vanguard box. First of all, this is going to give you a ton of battle line and another hero which can be a Galatian champion in the current season, and ways to protect him with things like the Spirit Host. Now, first of all, we have the Knight of Shrouds, the character model inside this box set. Now, this model is going to, first of all, have the ability of Spectral Overseer, where once per battle round, you can issue Redeploy or Unleash Hell command to a Nighthaunt summonable unit without a command point being spent, and in the combat phase, when you pick this unit to fight for the first time, a friendly Nighthaunt summonable unit automatically will fight alongside him. On top of this, at the end of the combat phase, if any enemy models were slain by attacks made with this unit's Sword of Stolen Hours, you can heal a wound allocated to this unit and add one to the wounds characteristic of this unit as well. So it can get a little bit better if you actually manage to kill some stuff. Now, alongside this, we get a bunch of different battle line options, which I think is what's really cool about this box set. It gives you 3 different pure battle line options. The first of these being 20 Chain Rasp Horde, 2 attacks each, 4s, no rend damage 1, though they do have the Chilling Horde where they add 1 to their wound rolls if they've made a charge move in the same turn. Other than that, 5-up save which can not be boosted or negated in any way, 1 wound each, solid unit to take. Now, we then have the Grimghast Reapers, 10 of these. They're going to have their slasher size on the vast majority of the unit, 2 attacks, 4s, 3s, rend 1, damage 1, though you will get a death knell on the unit's leader as well, which are 2 attacks, 4s, 3s, rend 1, damage D3. You also get to add 1 to the attacks characteristic of any slasher size if you're fighting a unit with 5 or more models in it as well. Now, the last unit we get in here are Spirit Hosts. These are a really interesting unit because they're fantastic at protecting your characters. Effectively, while a Nighthaunt character is within 3 inch of this unit, they can palm off the damage that they would be taking onto the nearby Spirit Hosts, which are 3 wounds each on a 4-up save as well. They do have 6 attacks each as well at 4s and 4s, no rend damage 1, which is pretty cool. And then the other character I like to bring into the force is the Guardian of Souls. First of all, this is Nighthaunt Wizard, so it's going to give you access to a pretty decent spell lore that the Nighthaunt have. Its Nightmare Lantern will allow you to add 1 to wound rolls from attacks made by friendly Nighthaunt units wholly within 12 inch, and the Spectral Lure spell will allow you to heal some wounds to your friendly Nighthaunt units nearby as well. So all in all, a really fun and useful character to bring into your force. And so here we have a sample army list for the Nighthaunt, making use of Vyrkos shamblers as well. To start with, first of all, we are going to play in the Emerald Host subfaction. I think for me, this is just a subfaction that's really easy to play and to get to start with for Nighthaunt. I think this is sort of where you start, and you start to specialize through the other units as well. Emerald Host ability, it just allows you to deal mortal wounds to enemy units you pick at the start of the battle throughout the course of the game, effectively wearing them down. If your opponent relies on 5 wound characters, they're in a spot of trouble. Now, the Knight of Shrouds is going to lead our force, and we've gone with the Light Shard of the Harvest Moon as the relic on this model. What this will do is once per battle at the start of the combat phase, you can save the barrel or release the Baleful Gloom of the Light Shard, and if you do so, you add one to the attack's characteristic of melee weapons used by friendly Nighthaunt units wholly within 12 inch of the bearer. We've then also gone the Leadership of the Alpha aspect of the champion. This allows him to, once per game, use 3 commands of the same type on 3 different units for the cost of only 1 CP. Now, Guardian Souls is actually going to be our general, and we're going to have the command trait Ruler of the Spirit Host. This will allow us to bring back one of our units of summonable stuff that's been destroyed in the game. And then Shade Mist is a really fun spell that is -1 to wound. Battle line wise, we have those 20 Chain Rasp in 1 unit reinforced, a nice big solid block, 10 Grimghast Reapers, and those 3 Spirit Hosts. Backing up these, we have the Corpse Cart with Balefire Brazier and the 20 Deadwalker Zombies that make up Vyrkos Shamblers. But the other thing we've decided to add to this force as well is going to be the Endless Spell, which is the Prismatic Palisade. Now, the Prismatic Palisade for me is really interesting because I think it's going to actually bring some things out nicely and help protect those characters we have that a little bit more. Now, its big thing is Blinding Light. Units within 6 inch of the end of the spell cannot make shooting attacks, and you add 3 inch to the range of this ability each battle round after it was summoned, so it potentially can be used to really stop your opponent being able to target any characters or sit in front of enemy units, make your opponent's shooting units have to move around the table and sort of move to where you want. It can be a really fun piece to play around with. Other than that, we've got the Battle Regiment and the Regiment of Renown as our 2 battalions, meaning we're a 2-drop force, 990 points, 10 points under. The triumph, always with Nighthaunt, is bloodthirsty. You want those rerollable charges. Allies are 180 out of 200 spent, though remembering with a Regiment of Renown, we spend all of them always, or at least we count as. 75 wounds, pretty solid for a 1k list. If you've got some ideas on Vyrkos Shamblers and Nighthaunt, let us know down in the comments below. And so that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fantastic little community here, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. If you would like to, you can do so either by YouTube members or Patreon, or by grabbing yourself some merch at Teespring or at our Ko-fi store. All of them are linked down in the video's description. As a special thank you to our Patreons and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallers, Redman, Iron Grinch, Nicholas Colomos, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And to our YouTube members, Greenrich Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weird, James Tillman, Gargamel196, and Disco. Lastly, a special thanks, first of all, to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, everyone who helps come and provide the games for everyone to watch on the channel as well, and indeed all our fantastic mods and members of the community who keep our Discord and comment section a fantastic place for all to be. Thank you all once again, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.